BTS news. Seoul never truly sleeps, but that night felt different. The summer air, usually filled with the hum of ACs and the chatter of busy streets, was now quiet. A strange tension crept from the ceiling to the floor of a top-floor apartment in Yongsan District, where two people sat side by side, staring at a phone screen with unsteady heartbeats. Jungkook reached for the guitar that had been sitting untouched for days. His fingers trembled as they met the strings, not because he was nervous about performing, but because he knew that what they were about to do that night wasn't just another live session. It was a violation. It was the truth. It was freedom in its quietest form. Jimin looked at him, silently, gently placing a hand on Jungkook's arm. No words were needed. They had rehearsed their opening lines for 2 weeks, deleting, rewriting, and finally, tonight, they decided not to say anything at all. No intro, no visual effects, no filter, just them, Jimin and Jungkook. Unmasked. The clock struck 2:03 a.m. Korea Standard Time when Jungkook pressed live. Only 17 names appeared as the first viewers. Some were anonymous accounts frequently seen in regular lives, but most were unfamiliar, like they had stumbled into the wrong part of the internet. Hyung, Jungkook whispered, too soft for the live, but enough to make Jimin's chest ache. Jimin turned. Are we doing this? Jungkook nodded. Now or never. And then, the guitar strummed gently. The first melody of a song that had never been released, never been heard by anyone, filled the room. A song with no title, but carrying their entire hearts. Not about glamorous love or dramatic heartbreak. This was about sleepless nights, about the secrets they carried alone, about the pressure that made them want to disappear, and the one thing that kept them going: each other. While the phone camera captured them from the corner of the room, Jimin started to sing. His voice trembled, not from lack of confidence, but because he knew. Every word he sang that night was a rebellion. He knew HYB had never approved this, that there was no permission, no script, no promotion. The lyrics felt like diary entries hidden under a pillow, now read aloud to the world. But the world wasn't really listening. Just 17 people, most of whom didn't even realize they were witnessing something that would change history. When the song ended, there was no applause, just silence, and Jimin's broken breathing. Jungkook put down his guitar, and for a moment, they just sat there. Then, Jungkook spoke. We're tired. Jimin looked at him but didn't stop him. Not this time. We love music. We love you. We love everything we've built. But we've hidden important things for too long, even from ourselves. He let out a small, bitter laugh. We don't know how long this live will stay up. Maybe 5 minutes. Maybe we'll be in big trouble after this. But we've decided. If this is the end, we want you to know, Jimin continued, his voice hoarse, that this is real. We're not puppets. We have voices. And tonight, we choose to use them. Someone in the comment box typed, "Are you okay?" Others followed, "What is this? Is this real?" I'm crying. But they didn't answer. Because this wasn't a Q&A. This wasn't a comeback promo. This was the purest form of bravery. For the next 27 minutes, they played 3 unreleased songs. All self-written. No famous producers. No label interference. Just acoustic strings and raw lyrics. One song had a temporary title, Behind the Door, about conversations the world never hears, about how every smile in front of the camera is a silent battle. The second song made Jimin cry mid-verse. It was about friendship shifting shapes, about silent spaces filled with silence, about hands they couldn't hold in public and shoulders only leaned on behind the scenes. The third, causing Jungkook to turn away from the camera, was titled 17 Witnesses. 17 people, Jimin whispered. Who will be proof that we were honest? Even just once. After the last song ended, they didn't say goodbye. No hand hearts. No smiles. Jungkook simply looked at the camera and said, "Please protect this," and the live ended. 1 minute later, the video vanished from the platform. Their account showed an error. Inaccessible. HYB remained silent. No statement. No clarification. But one of the 17 viewers managed to record part of it. The first 3 minutes. Just enough to shake the world. The clip was uploaded anonymously to social media without context, and within hours, it went viral. The hashtag Jikook Live shot to trending. Theories emerged, from hidden love confession to rebellion against the agency. Army was divided. Some cried, some were furious, some felt betrayed. But most felt like they had witnessed something not meant for them. Like stepping into a private room that shouldn't have been opened. HYB stayed silent. Within 24 hours, the video disappeared from all platforms. But screenshots, audio clips, and transcripts continued circulating in secret forums. One anonymous army wrote, "They didn't want the world to know. They just wanted to be understood by 17 people. But the world is always greedy." No follow-up live. No signs of Jimin and Jungkook for 3 whole days. Even their closest staff had no idea where they were. Everyone could only guess. Had they run away? Was this their final act of defiance? Or was this the beginning of something bigger? On the 4th day, a letter appeared in the official fan community. Handwritten, signed only with 2 initials, J and J. It was short. "We'll be back, but this time with our own voice." And in that moment, the world realized those 17 people weren't just witnesses. They were the beginning. And the rest is history waiting to be written. The 4th day after the secret live marked a turning point. The letter posted by J&J was just a few lines long, yet its impact spread across the world like an echo in an empty chamber. There was no HYB logo, no PR team touch, no fancy design layout. Just a photo of a handwritten note on plain paper, the ink slightly smudged near the words, "We'll be back." Army responded swiftly. Some confessed they still secretly held on to the full live recording, not to share, but to remember. Closed forums like Reddit and Telegram became safe spaces for fans to share emotions, opinions, and scattered bits of information. But one thing was clear, Jimin and Jungkook had vanished from the radar. They weren't seen in studios, their managers gave no schedule updates, and even their stylists admitted they hadn't heard a thing. One fan even posted a short video showing Jungkook's apartment dark from the outside. "No lights since that live," she wrote. What the public didn't know was that Jimin and Jungkook were still in Seoul, just not where anyone expected. They had rented a small place on the city outskirts, far from cameras and recognition. While the world buzzed about them, these 2 most searched names sat across from each other at a narrow wooden table, writing down everything they had never dared say aloud. What if HYB gets really mad later? Jimin asked one night, eyes fixed on the laptop screen showing a draft of their new song. Jungkook replied with a sentence that made Jimin fall silent. "We've been afraid for too long." They hadn't run away. They were rewriting what courage meant. By day 7. Hashtags like #WhereIsJikook and #ProtectJiminJungkook began trending. HYB finally released an official statement. Neutral in tone, but heavy in implication. It claimed that the incident during the live was not part of an official promotional strategy and is under internal review. Review. The word bothered many, as if what Jimin and Jungkook did was a mistake to be corrected, not an expression to be respected, but fans didn't respond with outrage. Instead, they rallied. International fan bases launched the Voice Belongs to Artists campaign, and even a billboard in Times Square lit up with, "If they only trusted 17 people, we'll be the 18th, 19th, 20th. Forever."